All right, recording, sound, excellent. Okay, welcome back everyone. This is Sharpen Up episode something, whatever number that was. And we're gonna be leaving the dock, stern to with lazy lines, leaving the dock in a crosswind with boats either side of us, okay? Leaving the dock in a crosswind with boats either side of us. In this video, you're gonna learn how we set up, which lines to release first, how to add power onto the engine, and we do this without any thrusters, okay? We've got thrusters, and if you've got them, you put them down, you get them ready, but we don't have to use them, all right? They're for helping, not for doing, okay? You're gonna learn about that, and then when to turn coming out of the berth at the end. All right, here we go. First thing you wanna do is obviously all of the normal things you need to clear. The power cable is up, the plank is up and stowed, the dinghy is secured on the dinghy, your washing is off the line. All of these things, your cockpit is tidy. Everything is done in that respect. You prepare your quarter lines, make sure that they are off the rail and they are ready. We rushed these guys, so we didn't get a chance to do that, and then they started easing lines with them still looped on the rail. We saw it, okay? And the whole idea of this maneuver is that you've got time to stop, and you're doing it stage by stage. The only time you can no longer stop is after you've released that line. You're driving out of the berth now. And to be fair, in that time, if you had to stop, you could lay down on the boat to port and manage the fenders, but we're not getting there yet. So, first step, prepare all those things, swim platform up, fenders in place. If you've got a large crew, then have them man fenders on the leeward side. Have them man fenders everywhere, that's cool. What we need for this is someone on the port quarter line, someone on the starboard quarter line, and someone on the helm, all right? All these steps, I do this solo. You can break this all down so that it's done on your own. It's just step by step. First thing we do, we're gonna drive against these stern lines, okay? Drive against our two stern lines. They are now our control lines. And we're going to ease them out a little bit. Ease them out a little bit. We're talking a couple of feet so that the boat moves forward out of the berth. At that point, we can hold and see how the boat's reacting. Do we have enough power to hold the boat in this position? Because you've just gone forward 2 or 3 feet. Your lazy lines at the bow are doing less. They will be a little bit slack. Is the boat handling it? If you've got 25 knots on the beam, all right, it's not likely that it's going to hold it with just a small amount of power. So you need to add power on your throttle. If you're single rudder, you need to check the position of that rudder. It will react to a turned rudder because it's pushing thrust over the rudder. So you want to turn it slightly towards the direction you want to go or away, depending if you want to move your stern or your bow. Then you can go to the bow and you can ease your lazy lines, okay? Ease the mooring lines on the bow. Start with the leeward line. Ease that first. Is it all good? Okay, you can drop that one. Then we ease the starboard line and wait. If you've got a gusty, windy day, you want to see what the gusts do and whether or not your position with your windward control line can maintain your position without that line before you drop it in the water. Once you're confident with that, and this can take as long as you need it to take, once you're confident with that, you can release that line and let it sink. Okay, we're good. You're checking for traffic all the time, especially before we take off that last line. From there, okay, back down to the helm, and in this case, they only have 2 people, so they're gonna do it with 2 people on these rear lines. Power is on, and we start easing those lines together to move the boat out of the slip. All right, we wanna move the boat out of the slip to reduce the amount of time and the amount of distance we have to cover before we get blown to leeward. If it's really windy, I go 5 meters out, you know, as long as my lines will actually let me in order to maintain this windward position. Easing out, easing out. Once we decide, all right, I think we're ready to go, our leeward line was no longer doing anything, and we adjusted our helm to bring the boat up to the windward boat and press against it in a held position. We release the port quarter line, in this case, the leeward quarter line, which is the port side. He pulls that in and clears it, done. And then Lucas came over to the starboard quarter line and started manning that so that the helmsperson could just concentrate on the driving. We then, if we want to go further, we can. Man your fenders. If they're starting to hit the other boat's fenders, you need to lift them over, all slowly. This is your last point of no return, effectively. And you can get right down to this one line, keep the power on, waiting for the traffic to clear or whatever you might do. If it's really windy, I wait for the last gust to hit and then die down and then I go. At that point, ready to release, ready, lines all clear, triple check it, no knots or anything. Slow the power down a little or go back to neutral if it's a lighter wind day, allows the boat to just bounce a little off the windward boat so you're not dragging along it. Then release and power on. As they're pulling back in, we start driving out of the berth, making sure your helm was straight at the beginning. If you're too close to the windward boat, you actually turn towards it because that's going to pull your stern away, and it's just a little bit. Then straighten up, and then if you're getting blown down onto the port side lazy line, you get your mast or your keel past that point where you need to pivot around and then turn towards the danger, okay? Because you can't beat the wind. If you turn upwind, the boat will slew over into it anyway. Is that about it?
Sounds good.
All right. How was that maneuver for you guys? Okay. So ready to ease? Get these ready to ease?
Are we doing it?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we want. Yeah, no, we want to go. We want to go. That's right. Because I want you to see this. So line's ready. Enter forward gear. Hands, Lucas, stop. Get your line ready. It's not ready. Okay, ease a bit more. Ease a bit more. Keep easing. More on yours, Lucas. More on yours. Hold on yours on starboard. Hold there. More power. You're not in forwards yet. Into forward gear. You're locked? Yeah.
Yes.
You're not locked. More power in forwards. More. I need to feel the power. Push. There we go. Okay, good. So now you feel to see whether or not the bow comes up. Okay, so see now we push up and that will bring us closer to the windward boat. Are the thrusters down? Are they down?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, so see now, the wind is still pushing you. So you need more power in order to make that. That's it, just like that.
Okay.
Ease a little bit, Lucas. Just a little. That's it. Where is your helm? Okay, so if you turn it this way a little, see how it brings it closer to the windward side.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay.
Okay, so lock that off. Go to the bow, Lucas, and ease and then release. That's okay. So now we're holding basically just on this line.
Yes.
Okay, you can turn a little bit this way to come nose bow to the wind a little. That's it. Just a little. That's it. Release port side. Okay. So now just ease starboard side. Just ease it and see how the boat reacts. Okay, hold. Is it slack? Okay, just hold. You always wait. You always give it a moment to see, am I doing the right thing? Okay? And it's holding fine. So, release. Yep, released. Okay, so now both are released. Now we're just holding on the power from this line and the engine. Okay? So, first of all, we want to be slightly more to windward. Always more to windward. So, Lucas, ease a little. Ease a little. All right? And everything is slow to react. Okay, so now we're coming slightly up this way. Okay? Ready to ease yours a little. Now we ease together. Hang on, stop. You're rushing. You're still wrapped on the rail.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now slowly. Stop. Slowly. Everything slowly. Okay, so Lucas, leave yours mainly slack. You ease here. So now we can just work our way out of the berth. If we had 30 knots, okay, slowly. If we had 30 knots, you have to be in control the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, now see we're moving away from this boat. More wind is on the bow. So hold.
Lucas, really?
No. Okay. This boat is holding.
So trust it?
No, we'd forget the thrusters. They don't exist.
Okay.
They don't exist. Look, if we turn this way, it's going to pull our stern this way.
Okay.
If we turn this way, it's going to pull it back this way. Add a little bit more power. Just add a little bit more power. But that's a lot more. That's the same. Okay? That's all right. Okay, so see, when you add this power, it's going to pull up on this windward line. Okay? And we're just patient. Always patient. All right, ease it a little bit more. That's it. Hold. A little bit more. Hold. Okay? Now it's really turning you up to the windward side, which is good. Okay, so now, Lucas, yours is doing nothing, right?
Right.
Release yours and bring it in. And then you're going to take over this line on starboard. Okay, so you come over slowly. All slowly. Take over that line. Now we're just on one line. Okay, what's your helm? What's your helm? Hold, Lucas, hold.
Hold.
There we go. Okay, straight in the helm. All right, ease a little more, Lucas. What's your line here? It's your helm that's doing this.
Okay.
Turn this way.
Yeah, but we are close to that.
There we go, there we go. That's okay. All right, so now you're holding on one line.
Okay.
This is absolutely fine. Now we say get ready to release. Hold, hold, Lucas, hold. Slow down a little, ready to release. That's it. Okay,
Should I make
just wait, just wait.
Stop.
Slow down a little.
Don't tell me.
Okay, ready to release, Lucas?
Ready.
Slow down a little more, straight helm. That's it. Release, Lucas, and back into forwards. Just a little. That's it. Now straight helm, because it's turning.
Okay.
That's it, just like that. Tell us when the line is clear.
Thank you.
Okay, now you're watching.
Yes, I'm
Now
watching.
turn towards the danger. This way a little. This way, and neutral.
Neutral.
Neutral. Yeah. All right. Now I need to get my drone back.
Okay. Yes.
Understanding where your helm is so that when you go, you're not driving to port. Okay, so did you see in the moments that before we left, we slowed down, allowed the boat to come a little away from the catamaran, and then release, and then you're driving. And two people,
Perfect.
piece of cake, okay? So we decided we were at the point where we're okay to release the port line. It's no longer doing anything. Okay, release. Lucas can come over here, and he can manage this. So you've got your thrusters there. That's it. And we didn't need any thrusters. We got bow thrusters, stern thrusters, and did we need any of them?
No, sir.
No. Excellent. So that was leaving the dock, and we had, I looked at the wind indicator, we had 12 knots crosswind, okay? It's not a lot, but that method works when it's very windy. In this case, we could leave that dock, we could have let our lines go and driven out, really. We still would have drifted over to the boat, but you could do it. So it's not like it was a massive wind. It's a good wind to learn that on. So in this case, in 20 knots, if you're leaving the dock in 30 knots on a crosswind like that, you've got to work really hard. You need fenders, you need teams, you know. We've done this, but let's say up to 20 knots, which is a normal thing, that will work. You just have to add the right amount of power, make sure that that starboard quarter line is your control line, the windward line is your control line, and that it's well maintained, and you've got to keep the power on. If you back off the power, then the boat comes backwards and it drifts downwind, hits the other boat. So those are the biggest things, okay, is have your control lines ready, have your people manning, and everyone knows what to do before the maneuver, all right? We went over this twice, and it was their first time doing it, so of course there was still some direction needed. But that is how we leave the dock with a crosswind when we're between two boats. And yes, we had to rush it because that boat on our port side was about to leave, and I really wanted to get the shot.